We are building a self-sustaining ecosystem that enables us to fund girl orphanages and women farmers in a continued fashion while giving employment to rural women in our operations. Let me present to you how the ecosystem logically works and fulfills its objectives. All this has actually started with the idea of Sriveda, a 10-year-old girl studying 5th grade. It is her dream to help orphan children. We deal with three problems in the society. That is, attaining to the needs of girl child orphans by funding orphanages, encouraging women farmers to support their families and stop farmer suicides, while also employing rural women in our business operations. Problem 1 is orphanages not having sustaining financials to take care of children. Girl orphans are the victims of crimes like human trafficking, child labor, child slavery, etc. There are several orphanages that are really helping the orphan children, but they do not have continued and committed support by people due to the lack of a business model that financially aids them. MSF wants to help these orphanages in a committed and organized fashion to take care of children in terms of food, clothing, and education. The second problem MSF deals with is to stop farmer suicides. In order to do that, we are helping women farmers to take up sericulture farming as a source of income. While men do their regular farming, if women have an alternative farming like sericulture, it certainly benefits their families. Sericulture needs very less investments and relatively has higher returns. It also provides employment to several other rural women. MSF will set up a crowdfunding platform for these women farmers to start farming in sericulture, which needs as low as $100 to $200 to initiate. For the maintenance and the operation of the ecosystem, MSF would need many employees and volunteers to work. As a part of that, MSF is training and employing rural women for its call center operations of the ecosystem. MSF has planned for 3 easily implementable and maintainable revenue generating projects that will earn faster and better finances to fund its objectives. The first project is setting up an e-commerce shop for cause portal. Currently, there are no shop for cause portals in India, and there is a huge demand for e-commerce stores. At the same time, there is an increase in social awareness these days in urban and non-resident Indians. The portals generate good revenues through retail and wholesale approaches. We expect around $100,000 of sales in the first 1 year, and 25% of it directly goes to helping orphan children and women farmers. The second revenue generating project is setting up an online crowdfunding platform for women farmers to stop suicides in their families. The portal will be promoted to corporate companies, urban working people, and non-resident Indians who will fund the farmers to establish and operate farming in sericulture. We also envision to add business-to-business operations in the future to promote the products of sericulture farmers to international markets. We expect around $50,000 crowd fund in a span of 1 year, out of which 80% of the fund will impact around 100 farmers for the first 1 year. The third revenue generating project is setting up a part-time job portal for students, since currently there is a huge gap between the industries and students for their employment. It is based on an annual subscription concept which requires students and corporates to register themselves. MSF is expecting around $50,000 of revenue. 30% of that will be contributed to fund girl orphanages and women farmers. MSF has carefully chosen these 3 projects due to simple and quick implementation, low maintenance cost, and at the same time high in revenue generation. MSF has started all the 3 projects at once in the month of April 2015 with a plan to initially run in a closed circuit fashion to ensure that the proper services are delivered and move forward as the financial forces join to a wider region. In terms of shop for cause portal, Satya.com, MSF has started operations in the month of April 2015 and has turned sales worth of $2,000 by getting around 60 customers, which had the impact of helping 15 girl orphans. We started Farmers.in, a crowdfunding portal for women sericulture farmers, in the month of May 2015. We could help 5 farmers with a fund of $750 by receiving the funds from 5 individuals with $150 each. As regards to Studentix.com, the part-time job portal, we received the subscriptions of 20 students with the revenues of $500. We could share 30% of its revenues to help orphan children. As part of its ecosystem operations, MSF has already started training a 10-member rural women team who passed out of high school by associating with a training center initially. We are expecting around 200 orphan children being taken care of in terms of food, clothing, and education, while 100 women farmers being funded and around 100 rural women being employed in the first 1 year. We are setting up a financial backing system to fund for these 2 causes, so once it is supported, it will grow in a big way on its own to help more and more girl orphans and women farmers.